Model 3. Model 3 is now one of the best values for electric cars. Did you know that?
Yeah, kinda. Just because I've been browsing through shopping, like, just cars in general.
For a new car?
Yeah.
Okay,
And just seeing, like, the car market and see if it cooled off. Because as you know from the pandemic, like, just car prices have just
insane
skyrocketed. And
to the moon.
It hasn't come down.
Or
like,
Mars.
Yeah.
So, the Model 3 is a great value proposition right now. So originally, 40-ish thousand for the base model? Roughly?
No, it's like, actually 38? Like 48.
48, really?
Back then, yeah.
Okay.
Like pre-pandemic levels.
Well, it seems like you know this. What did it go to then? Like after all this stuff?
So it went down and slashed down to about 40,000.
Okay.
40,000.
40,000.
That's where it's like sits there. This is the base model without any specs.
We'll talk about that in a second.
And then, you know, you would get your federal rebate of $7,500, which would generally put it down to about $33,500.
$33,500, yes.
Well, now Tesla prices have been slashed down to about $37,000, $38,000.
Oh, okay. So it's from Tesla.
Yes.
Okay.
Tesla itself has slashed down the Model 3 prices to about $38,000, and it's still, well, there was a little stint where it was running out of or wasn't going to qualify any longer for the federal rebate.
Really?
The tax credit of $7,500 or whatever it is. But then now it's back on there, so now it applies. So 37 minus the 7,500 pretty much puts it now at $30K. $30K
is pretty good value proposition when you consider other cars in its segment.
Yeah.
Like, I know you've been shopping, so maybe I'm just gonna ask you questions, and hopefully you can answer. New Corolla, is that competitive with a new Corolla?
Price-wise, yes.
Price-wise, yes.
Performance and performance per dollar is insanely high.
For which one?
For the Tesla.
There we go. I was like the Corolla?
No.
Okay. I mean,
it pretty much dominates it in every category except for
range.
Yeah, I would say range.
Because
even the long range model, I think only goes up to like 3.
How about a Prius? I feel like the Prius is also the lowest one. Is not the same, because Prius is, unless it's a Prius Prime, they are still higher than this, I believe, for a fully electric Prius.
I believe so as well. I'd have to do the research on that one, because the thing with, especially with Toyota, is it's known for its reliability. It's one of the most popular car manufacturers in the world. Their MSRP price is what you wish you could get the car at. It generally actually sells for a lot higher.
Interesting. So I looked it up. So I didn't realize that Prius Prime was not a fully electric, and the lowest model for a Prius Prime is actually $32,350.
Wow.
Higher than the Tesla by $2,000. And it's a plug-in hybrid, so granted, more convenient. However, the Tesla beats it in terms of performance, like you just said.
Yeah.
But also, Tesla's a little cooler than a Prius. Not gonna lie, Prius has gotten cooler. I do like the new Priuses.
The new Prius is pretty nice.
It's nice, but it's no. Even with all the stuff going on, and the fact that Teslas are, for kind of rich people. But now, it seems it's affordable.
It's affordable now. A nice rear-wheel drive Tesla. It goes. You can go 0 to 60 in less than 5 seconds or something.
Yeah, it's quite fast. Much faster than a Prius.
Fast. It can handle. Has room for you, the homies, the wife, and everything. Right.
And actually, the Tesla network or the
you get the Tesla network, so you can still take your cross country trips.
Yeah. I don't know if you do it in a. I feel you could.
You could.
It just take a while.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. Do you think that Elon fulfilled his promise of an affordable electric vehicle? Does 30,000 equal affordable electric vehicle for the masses? Do you believe this?
I want to say he's closer now than he's been before. I mean, 30,000 is still quite a bit to...
People be out here driving
but
50 grand trucks.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you see the just road out there, like, a lot of cars are now Teslas, so maybe it is. The only thing that's stopping me from saying yes, really, is that you still have to finance your car with Tesla and insurance. I mean, not insurance. APR rates aren't exactly the best right now. Interest is very high.
That is fair.
It kind of almost negates it. But I mean,
like, any car would be expensive.
Yeah, any car is really expensive. Yeah. So there's that.
So if you're paying like 30,000 for one car versus 30,000 for another car.
Yeah. Looking at it on paper, I mean, I would say yes.
Yes, he achieved it. Because I wanted to make the point.
Ignoring every other factor.
Okay. Elon did mention that at some point he wanted a Model 2. Like a smaller, cheaper car for the masses car. But, I mean, it seems like this car is seemingly reaching to a point where it could, in fact, be a masses car. A lot of people do buy cars that are outside their price range, like, for better or worse. Like, they would, because it's a long-term investment.
Yes, it is a long-term investment. And some people just need a specific car for a specific purpose. Right? Like, people who go boating, right? Then they tow their boats. You're not going to buy a Prius to tow a boat. You're going to buy, like, a truck.
I mean, it could be a small boat. A rowboat. Canoe.
I mean, maybe, but... Yeah, you generally will go with a bigger car to like, tow.
To tow something, yes.
Yeah, for example.
For like work purposes or like extra like fun activities, you know. Yeah. That definitely has its own case. But like for a commuter, someone commuting from A to B, I think this would be a very very interesting option. The only issue I do see is that there could be issues in terms of like where they can charge. Does their work have electric chargers? Does their apartment complex or wherever they live have an electric charger? Because if not, because like if you're going towards the lower end of the market, they most likely will be living in like an apartment or something. You know, like it's not.
Yeah.
It's not like they can afford.
It's not ideal.
Yeah, it's not ideal, really. Like, or they're having to bring down a cord really far to get to the car.
Yeah.
So.
And it takes forever to charge through a
exactly.
house. Yeah.
So, especially if the house is not equipped. So, it's a weird thing where the house, if you're not able to get the higher version of Tesla, do you have enough money to afford to install a Tesla like higher power charger at your place? Do you have like, are you working in a place that has electric chargers available?
Yeah.
Are you in a place that has like electric that is cheap, like that's cheap enough to pay for all this? Some places have really expensive electricity. Like it's just really odd. I know in SF area, like PG&E is like very, very expensive.
Yeah.
So it's not like, and especially if it's like not the flex charge, the surge charge. Like during the
peak hours.
Peak hours, it's more expensive to use electricity because like the business are using it, houses are using it, etc. Yeah. So if you're charging during peak hours and all this other stuff, it's like it's hard for someone of like who would be looking for the lower end Tesla to justify that. Potentially, yeah.
Potentially. It also depends on how much you drive and
where you drive
and I guess how you drive. Because
some places give away like an hour of charging for free or something like that. So that's pretty good if you shop there, which is good incentive.
Yeah.
But so I guess concluding thoughts. I personally wouldn't right now because I'm not really looking for a new car and I don't need to finance a new car right now. I think I'm almost done Thank the Lord. Thank you. I'm almost done. I think I'd have to check, but would you, someone who's in the market, would you be more interested in this lower version Tesla, or would you actually buy the more expensive version of Tesla, or wait, potentially?
I would wait. It is definitely more within a purchasing. It's more than of a purchasing thought now. Like it is like kind of within like I'm considering it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Versus
it's
not at all.
Yeah, versus not at all. I'm one of those people who are still hesitant to join the EV
EV revolution.
Yeah, the EV revolution, just because I just don't like the idea of having to wait like 30 minutes to charge when I can just fill up my gas tank in 2.
I don't know. I feel like if you're but most of the time your car's parked.
Most of the time,
Most of the time your car's parked.
The infrastructure to me is still not exactly there yet, because since I work in a downtown area, like I always see cars charging. It like they have chargers out there, but there's not enough for
everybody.
Yeah, for everyone.
Yeah, that is definitely a more infrastructure thing, and
yeah, it is definitely like a lifestyle change.
Yeah, because I think our friend of ours has a Tesla, and he definitely has to plan around using the chargers, or like if he goes to like a Target or something, he would go park at the charger versus finding a normal spot. And a lot of times the chargers are taken because, like, if everybody else is wanting to go, if you're driving a Tesla, which a lot of people are nowadays, they're going to take the Tesla spot and like, oh, well, I might as well top off or something while I'm shopping at Target.
Yeah.
Get a good charge. So I think it's definitely a lifestyle change, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm personally ready, and it sounds like you're more open to the idea.
Yeah, more open to the idea because I don't typically drive that much. I'm on a hybrid work schedule, so I mean, and I'm more, I would say, city versus freeway, so it is a consideration because it is a little more.
It's definitely more efficient. It's 100% more efficient.
To be
on, yeah. I mean, versus a gas guzzler.
Yeah.
So, all right. I think that's pretty good.